Let's go!
Hello and welcome to Ali and Mates. Let's get straight into this week's episode.
Fun fact of the week.
If you were the first person to ever step foot on the moon, what would your first word be?
Banana!
Of course it would. Well, in real life, the very first word ever spoken on the moon was Houston. When astronaut Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon in 1969, they needed to talk to the people back on Earth. So one of the first words they said was Houston, because the Mission Control Center guiding their mission was located in a place called Houston, which is in Texas, America. When they said Houston, they were talking to the team of scientists, engineers, and flight controllers who were listening back on Earth and making sure their trip went well. And then came these famous words. It's a bit hard to hear, but they said, "Tranquility Base here, the Eagle has landed."
Houston, Tranquility Base here, the Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
I think whether you're the first person or 10,000th person to be on the moon, it would be a phenomenal experience.
Sayings explained.
Welcome to Sayings Explained, where we take funny sounding things grown-ups say and figure out what they really mean. Today's saying is...
Beat around the bush.
Beat around the bush. Now this one sounds a little strange. Why would you walk up to a bush and start beating it or hitting it? Well, the saying beat around the bush means someone is not saying the important thing. They're talking about everything except what they really need to say. For example,
Did you eat the last cookie?
well, I was in the kitchen and I saw the cookie jar and then I went outside.
So, did you eat the cookie?
What cookie do you mean? That's beating around the bush. Instead of getting straight to the point, you talk about the subject. The saying comes from hunting long ago. Hunters would have people walk around and beat the bushes with sticks, and they were trying to scare animals out into the open. But the hitting wasn't the important part. Capturing the animals was. So if someone is talking about unimportant things when you really need them to tell you something important, you could say,
Stop being around the bush and just tell me. Another saying explained.
Time for This or That, where I ask you 3 rapid-fire questions and you need to answer straight away. There's no time for thinking and there's no right or wrong. You ready? Let's go. Would you rather live without air conditioning to cool you down or without a heater to warm you up? Would you rather drink a caramel milkshake or a chocolate milkshake? And final question, would you rather have really long legs or really long arms?
Time's up. Good job. Words of life. Words of life. From the Bible.
Today's Bible verse comes from Philippians chapter 4, verse 11. It says, I have learnt to be content, whatever the circumstances. Once more, I have learnt to be content, whatever the circumstances. Have you ever really, really wanted something?
I really wanted a big Nerf gun, but Mum said no.
Yeah. Sometimes we think, if I just get that new toy or that new game or that special thing, then I'll be happy. But Paul, who wrote this verse, says something very different. He says, I have learnt to be content whatever the circumstances.
What does content mean?
Being content means being at peace with whatever you have, even when things aren't exactly how you want them to be. And here's the interesting part. Paul didn't learn this while sitting on a comfy couch with snacks, watching TV, and everything going his way. No. Paul, who wrote this verse, had days when he was cold, hungry, or in pain from being beat up. He had times when he didn't have enough food. He even wrote some of his letters while he was in prison, where he couldn't go outside, couldn't see his friends, and definitely didn't get to choose what was for dinner. But even in those really tough moments, Paul had learned something important. His happiness didn't depend on toys, food, comfort, or everything going right. He knew that God was with him, whether he was having a great day or a really hard one. Because true contentment isn't about having everything we want. It's not about life being perfect. It's knowing that God is with us and for us and loves us, whatever the circumstances. Because that is what's most important in life.
Mystery sound. Can you guess the mystery sound?
Alrighty, time for our mystery sound. Listen closely and see if you can guess what this sound is. Oh, these mystery sounds have been tricky lately. Any ideas? If you guessed getting toilet paper, you're spot on. Well done.
History tidbit.
These days, if you want to send someone a message, you probably use your phone. But before phones, emails, the internet, people had a very unusual way to send messages.
Did they put the message in a bottle?
Not this time. They used homing pigeons, which is even cooler. Homing pigeons are special birds trained to find their way home from really long distances.
Wait, you could send a pigeon to someone?
Here's how it worked. You'd write a tiny message, roll it up, and attach it to the pigeon's leg. Then you'd carry the pigeon far away, maybe to another town, and let it go. The pigeon would fly all the way back home, carrying your message with it.
But how did it know where to go?
That's the amazing part. Scientists think pigeons use the sun, familiar landmarks like, say, a big mountain, or smells, and even Earth's magnetic field to find their way. Homing pigeons were used for thousands of years to carry important messages, even during wars when sending a message any other way was too dangerous or too slow.
So they're kind of like flying postmen.
Exactly. And some pigeons were so brave and helpful, they even received medals for saving lives. Pretty amazing, right? Those little birds were like the smartphones of their day.
Kids Corner!
Okay, welcome to Kids Corner, where we share jokes from our listeners. And today we have a joke from...
Hi, my name is Lewis. I'm 6 years old. Here's my joke. Why didn't a skeleton go to a party?
Why?
Because he had nobody to go with.
Thank you so much, Lewis. I love it. And if you would like your joke on the show, just ask an adult to read the show notes.
Time for some nice news.
Meet Stephen Jalland. Stephen has a lawnmower, some gardening tools, and a really big heart. He goes around helping people who can't look after their gardens anymore. If someone is sick, or older, or just struggling, Stephen rolls up with his mower and tools and gets to work. He cuts the grass, trims the bushes, clears the weeds, all the stuff that can feel too hard for people to do on their own.
But why would he do that?
Because Stephen believes that everyone deserves to feel proud of their home, and a tidy garden can make someone feel happier, calmer, and cared for. One of the coolest things about Stephen's work is that he doesn't charge anyone. He does it all for free. Maybe one day you'll grow up to be someone who helps others in your own special way, just like Stephen. Before I say goodbye, let's check how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What was the first word spoken on the moon? Houston. Good job. Question number 2. What word describes being thankful and happy and at peace with what you have, even when things aren't going your way? content. Well done. And final question. What bird was used to carry messages over long distances? Homing pigeons. Great listening. Well, that's a wrap on today's episode of Ali and Mates. Until next time, have fun, stay curious, and always be kind. Bye for now.
See you next time. Bye, everybody. Power, money, banana for millions! Banana!